Okay, so welcome again, or welcome for the first time on my presentation. And this time we will focus on Scopus database. So a little bit different story, because we will discuss abstract database and how can we use abstract database to help us with, for example, finding relevant literature, but also with metrics. So we can also use this database to somehow evaluate the results and think about the impact and quality of articles, but also other things. So my name is Paula Milewska, and I'm a customer consultant at Elsevier. And for today, we will focus on also on a practical way. So at the first part of my presentation, I will follow slides just to give you some general information about Scopus. What is that? What can you find there? And the second part will be more practical. So at the second part, I will do online demonstration of some workflows for you. You have the computer, so you can then follow my steps. Okay, so first of all, there will be a short introduction because we need to understand the tool before we will start using it. So we need to be, let's say, responsible and aware of, okay, this is Scopus, what is it for, and what's actually in there. Then we have few questions, like the questions I discussed with librarians of your university. So how to find relevant literature, how to stay up to date with the literature on your topic, and yeah, how you can use Scopus to actually understand better the output in your discipline. Once again, please be active. If you need to ask a question, you can do it right away during my presentation. You can also leave the questions for the end. But I'm here today with you, so just use this opportunity to ask if you have anything in your mind. Okay, so let me start with search on Scopus. What is search on Scopus? In the morning, we were focusing on full text database. So we were actually searching for PDF, for article, for something we want to read. With Scopus, this is a little bit different story, because of course you can have this idea. I will use Scopus just to find relevant literature on my topic. It's a good idea, but this is just the starting point with Scopus, because this is much more there. So you can find of course information about publications, scholarly output. But also, you can have different ideas. So, for example, you are in the moment that you need to decide on your, let's say, PhD thesis. What will be the topic for me? What should I do within my research? Where is the gap in my discipline? I would like to go there and find, okay? So you can also use Scopus to somehow identify the trends, somehow follow what is going on there in a global research area with your topic. But also you can use Scopus for another story. So for example, you need to find someone for collaboration. You want to do some kind of international project. You don't know the people who are in the same subject from, let's say, other country or something like that. Or you want to identify a scientific institution in Australia who is covering similar topics to yours, because maybe your goal is to live in Australia in the next 10 years. It's also something you can cover by Scopus. And often it's also used by funders. So this kind of tools, okay, you are using these tools, your dean, rector, university, let's say decision makers, they will also use Scopus, but the funders also, they are there. So thinking about Scopus is like, this is like a huge universe, huge data with many information, and it's up to you. What is your question for today? On this session, we will focus more on the first idea. So we will discuss a little bit more about how to find the literature, just like I said to you. But I will just briefly tell you about something more what you can have there. Okay, so to understand Scopus, you need to know few information, very important. So first of all, this is abstract database. So this is database with the goal to show you information about scholarly output globally from all around the world, but only selected, so evaluated, trusted, high-quality sources. So if you expect to find here 100% of scholarly output globally, you will not find it here. Scopus is covering about 52% right now of the whole global scholarly output, only with peer review. Yeah, we don't cover anything with scientific journal or something if it's not peer review. So this is like, you need to remember about that. I'm telling this because sometimes I have a question, okay, but I found this article in Google Scholar and it's not on Scopus, so what's going on? Is it not scientific? Yeah, it can be scientific, of course, but it's not indexed on Scopus because of the evaluation process we have, okay? So for now we have more than 27,000 journals and serials. This can be also conferences. And this comes from more than 7,000 publishers, which is a huge number. And we are covering the whole world. For now, you can find information about more than 88 million publications in Scopus from different subject areas. And based on those documents, we are also preparing for you information about institutions, so affiliation profiles, and also about authors. So all of information comes from the level of publication, okay? So we are collecting information about publications, and then we are adding some more. Okay, so abstract database, no full text included, okay? And you have also the second part called citation database. So this is the part with metrics, with indicators you can use to somehow evaluate the results and the impact of the articles. And this is from September this year, so the newest information here. You can see on the right what are the subject areas most popular, let's say, among Scopus database. We can see life sciences here and other categories. We are following journals with good quality, conferences, books, patents. It doesn't matter if something is open access or not. We are covering anything if it meets Scopus evaluation criteria and if it's accepted for Scopus. Okay, so why should you use Scopus and not Google it? Especially if I told you that in Google there is more than in Scopus, okay? So the main reason I would say is consistency and transparency. Because if you are using Scopus or other scientific databases, you can be sure that this tool was invented for researchers. So we have like a different goal with Scopus than Google have. Google have some goals, yes, other than us. How can you check it? If you would take the same search query, you and your colleague, and you put it into Google, you will end up with different results. Just because Google is somehow following your activity, and Google will show you some results on the top of the page and some will be hidden for you. Because why? Because Google decided this way and that's it. With Scopus, this is not the way it works. So if you do the same query, if you use it anywhere, on any computer, logged in or not, the results will be the same. Okay, so this is like very transparent. Also, you can check exactly what kind of content we are covering. So you know exactly what kind of titles, what kind of journals, when we started indexed those titles. You can check very detailed information about it. Well, it could be hard because we have more than 40,000 different titles, but you can do it. Yeah, it's like you can download the big content list and you will know. So yeah, and of course peer review with high quality, with impact. So we are covering, this is global database, so also please remember about that. We are covering local languages, more than 40 different languages you can find in Scopus. But yeah, it's people are saying that English is the new Latin of scientific world. So of course, most of it will be in English. One of our criteria is that the journal or any material needs to have abstract, keywords, and title in English at least. Okay, so you will be able to find Czech journals as well, but they will also have this English information. Okay, so with Scopus, it's a little bit more complicated tool. We have there more fields, more, of course, possibilities and opportunities for you. But also what I would like to tell you that once again, you don't need to be an information specialist to use Scopus. If you get lost, go to information specialist, but first you can try your own. And Scopus somehow will guide you, help you with that, let's say, okay? So with this search, you can see here on my screen, this is like the search engine from main page of Scopus. And you can see here a few elements. So we have documents, authors, and affiliations. And that's exactly the structure of the database. I already showed you it. So we have publications, authors, and institutions. That's why we have 3 different tabs for search. Today we will focus on documents, and we will follow that. So you have to make some decisions, yes? First of all, okay, today, am I searching for documents or authors, or maybe I want to check the scholarly output of my institution or other institution in the world? Then the next decision would be to choose the right search field. And we have a lot of search fields. And this is just a simple search. And we have many of them. So on default, Scopus will open for you search within article title, abstract, and keyword. And this is like the basic idea what you can do, of course, if you are searching for the relevant literature on the topic. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. If you want to go with something else, just choose something from the list. What it also tells you that you can combine different fields within one search. For example, I want to search for this topic within this country, scholarly output, okay? So we can check, I don't know, forest, something, topic of connected with forest, but with Czech authors, yeah? So we can somehow combine it. And I already told you that Scopus doesn't contain the full text, but the very important information is that Scopus will always show you where the full text is on the internet, okay? So this is like, okay, you cannot read on Scopus, but you can go there for the publisher side, and then, different things can happen. Because if you click on View at Publisher, you can land up on Science Direct platform and have access to the full text because your library is enabling you access to the content of Science Direct platform. Hello, and this is like a very good situation. But sometimes it can be like this, that you will be redirected to a page of the publisher, and there will be information: pay us, I don't know, $25 to read this article because you don't have the license to use this content. Other thing, what can happen, you can land up with open access article or somehow free of charge article, it can happen. So please remember that it depends on the license of your university, okay? And if you have doubts, so your perspective is, I should be able to read this article. Just ask your librarians, because maybe you did something wrong, yes? Especially if you are using databases from home. Okay, so many more fields. And also, I told you that you can combine different fields. And for this purpose, you have, of course, Boolean operators. They work exactly the same way like in other databases. So you can use it, but there is no limitation actually. Well, I don't remember search query so long that Scopus doesn't work with it. Yes, so you can use a lot of Boolean operators. For example, I can show you later on. We have this preselective prepared queries for sustainable development goals. And actually, if you copy the query, it's like 2 pages on the Word, Microsoft Word, 2 pages long query just to search something about climate changes or something like that, okay? So it's like the power on your hands, yes? You just need to make some decisions and know what you do. Very quickly, because most of you were here in the morning, so Boolean operators looks like that, and they work exactly the same as in Science Direct. Actually the same idea, so use Boolean operator AND if you got too many results, use OR if your results are too narrow. One difference, and this is important about Scopus, if you want to exclude something, you need to use AND not. It will not work with other spelling of this Boolean operator, okay? Sometimes in Science Direct you can use minus, you can use not, you can use AND not. With Scopus only this way, okay? You can also create your user account. This is the same account with Science Direct, with Scopus, so you can do it once, and this will work with all Elsevier's solutions. So for example, if you are using Mendeley Reference Manager, it will also work with Mendeley and other solutions. And now I will show you something in practice, yes? Okay, and if you will have questions during my demonstration, just let me know. And of course, you can follow my steps. So this is the main page for Scopus. You already saw it on my presentation. It's not very complicated, not many elements here. Important one, if you are not on campus and you are using Scopus, please look here. If you see this logo, Scopus, it's okay, you can go, you have the full access. If you will see Scopus preview, it means that you don't have the full access to the tool, so that means that you are not recognized as authorized user. Once again, go to library and check how to do it from the home. And yes, and you can also click here on this icon to see actually what institution brought access to you, and you should see here always the name for your university. Okay, we are on the search tab. You can see here on the top, search. This is exactly the main page. We have also sources, and I will show you in a minute what is that. We have link to Scival, but you don't have access to Scival. Scival is an analytical tool that shows you some kind of visualization of data from Scopus. So you can go there, but you will not have the access to the tool. And then we have the search engine. Like I told you, you can use it in different ways. And then if you go a little bit down, you can see some search history and saved searches. And now I am logged in. Yeah, you can see here my name. I'm logged in. So I'm on my own user account. And that's why I can see, for example, saved searches. I'm not sure if I have anything. I have something here. And the search history. If you will not log in, the search history will be there still for you, but only for one session. So after you close Scopus, of course, it will not remember your search history, but if you are logged in, it will remember. Okay. And with your account, we have also something called lists. So this is for you to, let's say, collect information you need. So you can create a list of articles, a list of journals, a list of top researchers in your area. Yeah, so this is like an additional features after you logged in. And we have alerts. I can show you later on how to create an alert. And you have also something like requests. This is something that you saw today in the morning. We don't have this kind of thing in Science Direct. Here we have it because with Scopus, maybe I will tell you one more thing about the data in Scopus. So I told you that we are taking publication, and based on that we are harvesting data about the publication, and then we are adding some data to make it more valuable for you. But sometimes what can happen that there are some mistakes with the data, because, for example, journal editor published new issue and your name, your last name is with some kind of mistake in the spelling of your name. It can be visible on Scopus. If you can see something like that and you would like to correct it for you, for your colleague, for, I don't know, dean, someone, you can see some kind of troubles, you can request changes in Scopus. This is not automatically done, let's say. So if you request for a change, a live person will check it, will evaluate your request, and if changes are relevant, they will do correction. And it can take 4 weeks, 6 weeks, depends on how many requests we have right now. With our region, it is quite often because of the language and the alphabet. That's it. So that's why this is, I cannot open it because there will be some names and I cannot show you because of the GDPR. But if you do anything like request for correction, you will see like the history and the status of your corrections and everything, okay? Okay, let me go back. So you can see on my screen documents, authors, affiliations, but also researcher discovery pilot. I'm not sure if you are seeing this part on your computers because this is like a beta test something, so please don't focus on that, just something new, not yet there, okay? So I will not use it. With document search, we will come back here later on, but first of all, I want to go with sources, okay? So we will do a similar, let's say, workflow like we did with Science Direct, so let us start with content. If you want to find out what kind of journals are there on Scopus, ebooks or anything, go to sources. And then you can see this kind of browser that will allow you to search. I will close this information about site score. It's not relevant for us for now. Okay, so what you can see here, 43,000 something results, and those are titles for sources, so conferences, journals, ebooks, series, monographs, etc. Okay, so we have like a huge list. If you want to check Scopus, let's say, and you want to download this list, go here, and you will be able to download the Excel file with all of those titles. Sometimes librarians are doing it just to analyze something, just to, I don't know, find journals from the country level or something like that. Okay, so what you can do from this list, you can of course check the title. So we can go here and check if the title is listed on Scopus. Okay, I put the name of the journal, and we have the whole family, the Lancet. We have a lot of them, and yes, we can just do it like this. So this could be an idea. Okay, I have like few journals, and I'm thinking which of those journals is the best one, the most impactful. Maybe I should read this journal, maybe it's a good idea to publish there, etc. So you can check it this way. And if you don't know the titles, you can go with subject area. And with subject area, you just need to start typing the name of your subject area, and actually Scopus will show you categories. Okay, this is subject categories. This is standardized. Okay, so this is like classification of journals. Last time I had a question. Okay, so how do you know? How Scopus knows if the journal is with agriculture or environmental science or something else? Actually, this is decision of the journal editor. Okay, so if journal editor says we are publishing in agriculture and biological sciences, they will be visible here under this category. It can be sometimes difficult for you because we have also multidisciplinary journals with covering, I don't know, 4 subject areas, 6 subject areas. Okay, so those kind of journals, like for example, like Nature, yes, they are publishing in very wide scope. Okay, but you can go here and you can, for example, let me go with general agricultural and biological sciences. I click apply and I landed up with a list of results. What else I can do? I can go with filters. So for example, I can go with journals only. Let me just apply it. Let us go with journals only, just for an example. Okay, so we have 337 results, and this is ranking list. Okay, so this is a difference because this is citation database. Scopus will always show you some kind of ranking list. It can be by site score, so by metric, by indicator. You can see it here, and this is default. So if you open Scopus, search for journals, the ranking goes with site score. And then if you go here with this tab, you can change it. Okay, so you can go with, okay, I want to see, for example, journals with the highest percentage of cited articles, and this is like another way of checking this. Okay, it's always up to you. What else you can do? You can also, on the left, use this filter with quartiles. For you, I'm not sure if it's relevant, but sometimes there are some kind of recommendations on the university level or on the funder of the science level. So, for example, you should publish your work in the journal which is in first quartile of site score, and this is the way you can check it. Okay, so you can just go check first quartile, click apply, and then you will see the first quartile. So the first quartile, it means 20% of the best journals in this subject category. That's it. Okay. So this is how you work with sources. From this list, what you can see the title, you can see basic metrics, so you can see the site score. Site score is based on the count of citations and documents, and exactly you can see here how many citations and how many documents, and because of those two numbers, you can see that site score is 11.6. It's always for the 4-year window. Okay. You can go also a little bit on the right, and then you will have some other metrics. I will not focus on metrics today because we will not finish in 1 hour. But for next session, if anyone would like to know more about metrics and how we calculate them, we can cover it. And you can see the publisher as well, so you can see some on the top. Basically, on the top with abstract databases, you will always end up with some kind of big publisher houses, well-known societies, etc. But then if you go down, you will see some other publishers. Yeah, with, for example, this is some publishing house from the university. Yes, so this is how it looks like. Okay. Yes, of course. Yeah, it's my Scopus account is demonstration account, and people from product, they are testing everything on our account. So I have no idea what is that, and it's not always there. So don't focus on that. Don't focus on that, okay? Okay, so maybe I will open one journal just to show you what kind of information can you get here. So we have a title. We have also Scopus coverage. So you can see that this is still active, yeah, within Scopus, because we started to index this journal in 2004, and it's still present in database. You can see ISSN numbers, quite important sometimes, because if you want to publish somewhere, sometimes you should just check ISSN number just to make sure that this journal is actually the journal you wanted to publish in, okay? This is like identifier for a journal. Then we have subject areas, and you can see that this journal have 3 different subject areas. So we have this agricultural, that was our choice, yes, but they are covering also computer sciences and physics and astronomy. We have metrics here on the right, so you can see the sites, core SJR, and so on. And also what you can do, and sometimes it's interesting, you can go and click view all documents to open all articles for this title. So just to check what are they publishing about, what kind of topics are they covering, what was popular within this journal, okay? And once again, this is a ranking list, so you can see on the previous result list, we had journals ranked by site score, so by indicator, by metric. Here we have articles, so they are with cited by. So the article most cited is on the top of the list, and this is default. Of course, you can you can change it here with sort on, cited by highest, or you can go with the newest, with the relevance, with anything. It's up to you. You have several options here, okay? If this journal is relevant for you, you can click here to set document alert. So you will be alerted about new content for this journal. But please remember that you will be alerted at the moment that new content is visible on Scopus. It's not always like, okay, a journal editor published today new issue. It can be visible on Scopus in 2 weeks or something like that sometimes, okay? So please remember about that. I can set up this email search alert for the journal. Here is my title. I will receive information to my email address. I can choose the frequency. I can also choose the day for my alerts, like I want to be alerted on Mondays or something like that, okay? And just click set alert, that's it, okay? This is just to stay up to date with the journal. You can have many alerts, it's up to you. Okay, maybe I will go back to the main page, or maybe you have some questions about the journals or sources of Scopus. No. Okay, so let us search for something. So we are on the documents search. First decision to choose the field. Maybe for the presentation we will stay with the default, so article, title, abstract, keywords. And do you have any requests for keywords? Anyone? Something in your mind to search for? Okay. I will go with plant biology, just like this. Okay, so quotation mark, once again, this works also within Scopus database. So if you want database to search the whole phrase, just put it into the quotation mark. And let me click search. We have 4,000 results based on abstract, titles, and keywords. This is not a full text database, so it will not search the content of the full text, of course, okay, because Scopus doesn't contain the full text. So we have 4,000 results, and we have the list. It's sorted by cited highest citation rate, okay. But yeah, I can be more specific about my query. I could add some more Boolean operators, something more here. I can do it manually, like I can just go there, edit, and add something, but I can also use filters, and we have a lot of filters in Scopus. So let me go here and just show you what you can choose. So you can choose open access, and this way you will be sure that you will be able to read the full text of the articles. Okay. We have the year of the publication. And I really like it because, first of all, if you need to see the latest publications, it's very easy just to pick up last 3-5 years. But also what you can see here, what is the trend for the topic? So do we have like more and more publications within the topic or not? You can see it from here because in the parentheses you can see the number of publication. So in 2022, 224 publications already there. This year is not finished yet, so I'm quite sure it will be more than in 2021. And then if we go a little back, a smaller amount is going here. We can see also 2023, and this will be articles in press. Yes, so this will be this online first, already published. Not yet the whole issue, but you can also check these articles. So this is for year of the publication. Next one, author name. Okay, so this is also the way, if this search would be relevant for you, okay? So this is the way you can check for active authors publishing a lot within the topic. So we have some few authors with more than 40, 30 articles within this topic. And each time you can see the number, you can click on it and Scopus will open for you the results based on that. So we can see Evans, ML, I don't know if this is she or he, but we can see all publications of that person, okay? Next one is also nice. Affiliation. So, for example, you can see that Ohio State University is quite active with this topic. So maybe if you are thinking about research project or some kind of scholarship, or this is your topic and you would like to expand your international network, maybe it's a good idea to visit them. Yes, somehow find a way to go there. Okay, and next we have source title. And this is similar to Science Direct because we also had it within platform, but here you have sources from Scopus, and for example, plant, I don't know how to read it, physiology, would it be okay? Plant physiology, 206 papers already there, okay, within the topic. So maybe this is a journal worth to check and to learn more about it. Then publication stage, well, this will be with articles in press or final. Subject area, of course, so you can browse the most relevant subject area, or you can exclude something, okay? Because each time it's your decision, okay? So I can go here with subject area. I can view all subject areas. I can go with agricultural and let's say with environmental sciences. And I can limit my search to it, or I can go another way, okay? And I can exclude something from my search. I will limit to those subject areas, okay? And document type, article, review article, etc. Okay. Very interesting keyword. This is something that can be useful for you if you don't have ideas on your search queries and how to prepare more advanced search. You can just go there and see, okay, what kind of keywords authors use for this topic. And if they use article as a keyword, it's not a good idea. Don't use word article as a keyword, okay? This is like a type of publication journal editor will add it for you in different fields. So yeah, this is just a comment. Sorry. So yeah, you can see here some kind of keywords. Maybe something will be relevant for you. Maybe you will decide to add it to your search query or exclude it from your search query later on, okay? And then we have very important information if you are young scientists looking for grant opportunities, because you can see what kind of funding sponsors are there, funding research about this topic. Yeah, so you can see a National Science Foundation with 169 papers about the topic, so they funded research about it, okay? And then we have country territory. This will be connected with author affiliation. Of course, we can have more than one author and more than one country within one publication. Then we have source type, so if it's journal, if it's ebook or something else, and language. And this is just to prove my point about English being new Latin of scientific world. We are covering more than 40 languages, but you can see it's always like that. So the first amount for English is like huge, and then something in local languages as well, okay? Okay, so maybe I will go to keywords once again and just pick something from here. Okay, so any requests from you? I will go with plant and plants. It's interesting, yeah? So you can see that this is because authors are using it this way. So some authors are using plant as a keyword, and some of them are using plants as a keyword, yeah? I will go with this one as well, and with this one as well. And once again, you can see this is plural and singular. Okay, maybe something more. And I will limit my search to it. Okay. Okay, and actually myself, I haven't used any Boolean operator yet. Yes, I haven't done it, but Scopus did it for me. So you can see that my search query is quite advanced search query right now, and I only used filters, and this is how Scopus works. Okay, and this search query is also a reminder for you. What have I clicked to get this result? Okay, so we started with plant biology. Then we limited our subject area. Of course, there are some, abbreviation and shortcuts, yes, but it's easy to think. Okay, it was agricultural subject area and environmental sciences subject area, and then I went on the keyword level and I choose some of keywords. Yes, so you can see what Scopus did. Scopus connected my first two ideas with and. Yes, so plant biology and limitation for subject areas, and subject areas are with or, because this is, the way database is combining those two subject areas for me. And if I go there and, for example, let me just do one more thing. I will choose metabolism and I will go a little bit down and I will exclude it from my search. And then we have exclude. So we know, yes, that was excluded. This way you can really prepare very pre-selective queries, so you don't need to go and sit down and manually put everything of this your own. Scopus can do it for you, okay? So that's how it works like. Okay, if this is something relevant for you and you can see that on your result page you have like very interesting articles and you will read them, you will find the full text, you will cite them maybe in the future, then you can click here to set alert for a search query. It works exactly the same like for journal. You can see this is your search. Once again, Scopus is showing you, okay, you will get the content connected with your search query. From this, you can also edit this search query, and you can once again, I want to receive it once a week on Thursdays. Yes, that's always my decision. I can set alert, and that's it. And I will receive information about new content on Scopus each Thursday if there is something new connected with my search query. Okay, I showed you the filters, but what else you can do? You can also click this magic button, Analyze Search Results, here. And then Scopus will show you the same information, but in a little bit different way, okay? So you will see all of those documents with some kind of trends, with some kind of graphic visualization of it. So, for example, you can go with, I don't know, authors or whatever you want. For example, let's go with authors. And then you can see top authors within this search query. You can see how many documents they have published. If you click the name of the author, you will see also more information about this author. Yes, and this is like how does it work? To follow someone, yeah, you can also set alerts for a researcher. So when does it make sense to follow a researcher? First of all, if this is me, if this is my profile, I should have alert, because then Scopus will tell me about all of my new publications indexed on Scopus database and also all of my citations I'm getting, okay? If I get cited, Scopus will tell me about it. But you can also set alert for example, top researchers in your research area, for authors you are reading a lot, citing a lot, they are like, you know, advanced in your topic, and they are very important with good outcomes, etc. You can also follow this kind of people with alert. If this is your profile or your colleague profile, you can see here is the button Edit Profile, and this is for the corrections I already told you about. And if you want to just, you know, make overview of this author, you can go down, you can see all documents published by this person. You can click, you can check what was the topic, how many citations, etc. Everything is listed here, okay? So for example, there is something like, let's say this one, okay? And you have more information about this article, but you don't have the full text, yes? You can see that we have bibliographic information, title, journal, authors, affiliations, some kind of metrics, of course, abstract, keywords, etc. And then we have references, but we don't have a full text here. Yes, and we have this full text options, and this is View at Publisher. Right now, Scopus is developing, let's say, seamless way to get to the PDF. So those buttons are changing right now quite often. But yeah, you can always find View at Publisher. Sometimes it's View PDF. You can see it on the left. Let me click it. Okay. And yeah, it directs me for Science Direct platform, and I can read the full text of this article. Okay, and this is how it works. Okay, let me go back for the result list, because I followed the author, but I wanted to show you something else. Okay, so with your result list, what you can do from here? Yes, so you can see the titles, of course, authors, etc. And yeah, once again, this is sorted with cited by highest. So we have within this topic a document with a title Phenomics Technologies to Relieve the Phenotypic Bottleneck, published in 2011. This is the highest cited article within my search. I can of course change it. I can go with the newest or something like that. I can see authors and source. I have once again this View at Publisher button, which will redirect me to publisher site with the full text. But I can also click here to see the abstract of the publication, to read it before I go there further and check. And within this search, you can see that Scopus will show you exactly where was your keyword. So for those two, Scopus found your keyword in the abstract. It's not in the title, we can see it, but it's in the abstract, okay? So you can see it. It will always be like this. For this one, it's not here, so I assume it's in keywords, because we cannot see keywords from this view. If the title is open access, you will also have information here. Yeah, and you can just go on and, you know, check, okay, this is relevant, this is not relevant for me. Just check your outcomes, okay. And if you want to know more about the article, okay, Scopus will always give you more information about the quality and impact, no matter what you open. This can be journal with indicators for journal. This can be author for indicators for author, like citation count or age index, okay. With article, you can also see some more information about this publication. So besides this basic information, we have also how many citations, and this is 975 citations for this paper. And you can ask yourself question, okay, is it good? Is it not good? Is it a big number for citation or not? Is it big or not? 975 citations for one paper? Big? Okay. And if this was a paper from oncologist about the newest treatment in cancer, would it be good number or not? Still, still good. Okay. But, well, I opened the first title from ranking list, so this is obvious that this is the best article within the topic. But if you are not sure, yes, you landed up with article and the article has 100 citations, and you are not sure if this is a lot or not, because citation count is very connected with the discipline, okay? Because if you have this oncologist, and he wrote article, and then you will take a historian who is writing about the history of Prague Castle, let's say, yeah? On the beginning, on the start, because of the discipline and because of the topic, they have different potential to be cited, yeah? So please be aware of that. And of course, if you know well your own discipline, you will recognize if this is a good number or not. But if you are not sure, Scopus will show you some additional information just to help you better understand this number, okay? So we have this close to 1,000 citations, and you have additional information here. So this is 97th percentile, so it means that this paper is in 3% the best papers on the similar topic. Okay, so Scopus is comparing for you articles within very similar scope, topic, discipline, and shows you this number just to let you know, yes, this citation count is high. Then we have field-weighted citation impact. This is also a very interesting metric for article. So for this metric, global average is 1.0. Everything above 1.0 is better than global average. So it's additional information. Okay, this is 5 times better than expected, let's say, article within this topic. Okay, and then we have some other metrics like views, like other things. You can click here and see some more. Also, this Plum X, which is about, for example, how many readers, etc., how many abstract views, different kind of metrics. And you can see also references. References are quite interesting because if this article is highly relevant for you, it's always worth to see references, because if they cited something, maybe this will be also interesting for you. And Scopus will also, for references, show you this View at Publisher button or View PDF button, okay? So this is it. And we have related documents. So this is additional information. You can check some recommended, let's say, related articles from Scopus database with similar topic. Okay, I think this is it about the article. Any questions to this? Okay, that's good. So let me go back to the results. Everything I did was like, it was a simple search. If you want to go for advanced search in Scopus, I will just show you where it is. Yeah.
One more question before you
Yeah.
back.
I will go back.
Okay.
No problem.
I see there is the option to set the RSS feed. Does it work?
I have to be honest, I don't use RSS, so I don't know how and is it work. Yeah, yeah. If you are RSS user, just click and check.
All right.
Yeah? Anything else?
Because I don't have it here.
Yeah.
Again, some feature.
It can be also because of my demonstration account, yeah. We always say,
For us.
yeah, we had this discussion with product team, please don't do this to us because users don't see exactly the same Scopus as mine Scopus. Yes, yeah, they are like, okay, but we need to test some things on, let's say, live accounts, yes. So, so yeah, employees of Elsevier have this kind of different things, yeah. Okay, so let me go back just to, and I will not focus on that, but I just want to show you that we have also advanced search in Scopus. Maybe one more thing. Okay, so from this level, if you want to go a little bit different way, you can add as many search fields as you want, okay? And we could go with, okay, so we have that plant biology, and now we would like to go with keywords or I don't know, something else. So you can choose another field. And here Scopus allows you to choose Boolean operators. So you can combine many like levels, yes. You can do it like within one line and it will work perfectly good. But if you need like a structure, a logic, so you on the first line you are putting your like general idea, and then you are excluding something in the second line, then you are adding something in the third line, etc. It can help you with the structure and the logic for your search query. So this is it. Okay, you can also delete it if you don't need it and if you don't want it. And here the search history. This is search history for now. I can from here also set alert for my searches, and if you click more, you can also save the search for future. Yes, so if you prepared like very nice long query and you want to use it more in the future, just save the search for you. So I will just save one, just to show you. It's like 2 clicks and it's done. Yes, and then you will see it here under saved searches. Okay, and advanced search looks like this. I will clear this query. Okay. So we were on basic search all the time, and this is advanced search, yes. So advanced search is quite complicated, but if you need like very, very, very narrow search, you can go here and you can explore it, you can use it. There are search tips here, so if you click here for the search tips, you can find explanation for each field, each code, each Boolean operator. And you can see here we have more fields. Yes, I told you already that we have a lot of fields with basic search, like title, abstract, keyword, only title, only abstract, only author, only whatever you need. Here we have more of it, okay? So for example, we can go with affiliations. We can go with affiliation country, let's say. We can add this kind of code. We can go with Czech Republic or Czechia. We can click search and we can see that it's error. Great, thank you very much. Do you see any typo I made? Okay, let's go with Czech Republic. Yeah, that's the mistake. Yeah, this is good. Okay, once again. Okay, and we now landed up with the whole scholarly output from Czechia indexed on Scopus. Okay, so basically people from Czechia published almost 500,000 articles indexed on Scopus. So in global, it's probably 1 million around, yeah? Hmm?
Which article is the most cited?
Okay, you want to know, yes? Okay, so the most cited article has 10,000 citations. That's why I asked you if 1,000 is a big number or not.
I tried with the cancer and
Yeah,
it's 50,000.
yeah. Yeah. So it's a specific of a discipline, and on the topic level, it can be also very different story. Okay, so yeah. But this way, for example, you can analyze like a country level, institutional level, anything you want. Yeah, and just for your curiosity, to show you this long queries. So we have this pre-generated queries with sustainable development goals. So for example, we can go with, I don't know which one will be relevant for you. Climate action, maybe, or life below water, or clean water, maybe.
Clean water.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the query.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can see it's a little bit more advanced, and this is the query for Scopus. If we copy the query from Scival, from our analytical tool, it's like 10 pages in Microsoft Word, and you can put it here and it will work. So you have a lot of Boolean operators, a lot of different keywords, and you can see we have a lot of synonyms. Yes, and this is like a key. Sometimes it's a key for you to find and identify all synonyms for your query. Yeah, and if you click, yeah,
This like different type of brackets. So
yes, this is for exact phrase.
Yeah, so
If you use quotation mark, Scopus can search also for some kind of variants, like plural or singular, or some, you know, the ending of the word can be different. With this, it's like exactly the same. Yeah.
yeah,
So you can use also this way.
It's different
It's a little bit different. Yeah.
than in other databases.
Yes. So maybe I will click. Well, maybe we will add some more. Maybe we will add and once again we will add Czechia. What do you think? Do you want to see it? No. Okay. Let's start with this. So we have 100,076 thousand documents, and now Actually, we could go back and edit our search, but we can also use this one, search within results, and actually it's adding another and something, so we can go here with Czechia and check. "53 documents, okay, but maybe we could go one more trick, only one more trick. Okay, so I will go with Czech and then I will put asterisk. So Scopus will search for different ways of, yeah, and now we have more of it, yeah? Because we are covering right now Czechia, Czech Republic, Czech, anything, yeah? So this is Scopus. A lot to explore. I know it's a lot of information, a lot of workflows, but yeah, just, you know, go there and try. Go there and try. No better ways. Okay. Any questions, any requests? Do you want to know more?
Would you save like all this searching, for example, I don't know, to Excel or somewhere, some text?
Ah, so, yeah,
So
okay.
there is some kind of limits, isn't it? How
Yeah,
many
it is,
you can do?
2,000.
2,000.
Yeah. 2,000 or 20,000, huh? I think 2,000. Let me try. Okay, I need to choose what fields I want to go with. Yeah. Okay, so you can see it's first 2,000 of results. Okay. But they will prepare something for you.
Yeah, I was trying. I clicked wrongly what I wanted. It was probably
Yeah.
waiting for that for some reason.
Okay.
But it was my mistake. Otherwise it was-
Yeah. So this is like the export, yes. But you need to be specific. What do you want to export? Because if you don't check any of your results, it will be like this. Yes, it's not active right now. But if I choose anything like 1, 2, or more, or all of them, then this is something I can do more about it. Yes. Okay. So have fun with Scopus.
May I have maybe one more question?
Of course.
More connected about when I'm choosing a journal, for
Mhm.
instance.
Mhm.
So I know that Web of Science, they offer something which is called like Master Journalist, I think it's called, and basically you can like, there's a kind of app where you upload your title of paper and abstract, and it will recommend you some papers.
Okay.
As Scopus or Elsevier or something.
Scopus, no, but we have Elsevier Journal Finder. I will show you very quickly. So as you can see, I use Google to Google it. Okay. You can find it also on Science Direct platform if you go for the journal page, and if you go a little bit down, there will be additional links for authors. There will be Journal Finder, some guidelines for authors, etc. But this is like a tool only for Elsevier journals, okay? So you can put here your title, abstract, keywords, field of research, and then search. I don't have, of course, my own article ready, but maybe we can use example for environmental sciences, like automatic example, just to show you how it looks like. Okay, so then we have, okay, Journal Finder show 38 journals that somehow are matching for my title. And actually I have some more information, so if it's open access or both, so here we have a hybrid journal with size, score, impact factor, very important information for authors, so acceptance rate. Also with timeline for publishing within this journal. If there is open access option, there will be also a cost listed here, so you already know how much money do you need to pay for open access option. Of course, you can click on the title and just find out more about this journal, yes. And yeah, this is like a list, so.
That would be even better than the one
Anything more? Nothing more. Okay, so let me go back to where is my presentation? This is here. And we were at the end. Okay, you already know about Elsevier Online Training Hub, so this is the place with, with our webinars. So, for example, if you are interested in indicators and metrics and more about citations, analysis, etc., you will definitely find there more information about it. And of course, certificates for you for the second session. For this session, it's also recorded, so it will be on the library website with this presentation PDF, so you can do it later on. And yeah, thank you very much for listening once again. I invite you also for our Facebook page, and it was a pleasure to be here with you.